crucial topics. First week was about the communication.
To grow your business as well as your personal brand.
Second week, time management.
Prioritizing the time by the first step, urgency versus important quadrant.
Third week was about change management.
Why change is important.
Where we had to explain Porter's 8-step model.
Last week was about conflict management.
I can very easily and confidently share my ideas and thoughts in front of my authority.
One of the important takeaway from this, the conflict management.
Leadership card, third, mindset, relationship building.
A rich and diverse background of all four mentors is enriching.
Special highlight of this program is the last week get together as a team and work on a single project.
The important advantages from the leadership card, the personal interaction.
Best part about the program was they inspired us to take action.
Great session on how to make a vision board.
I highly recommend this course to the professionals of middle, junior and senior management.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Leadership Card Hour. Today, welcome back to Leadership Card Hour. Today, RAMAKRISHNAN and Kiran will be hosting today's Card Hour. What is Card Hour? Every Thursday evenings from 7:45 till 8:30, the K.A.R.D team, which is comprising of K.A.R.D, Sandhu, Ashish Datta, RAMAKRISHNAN and Devesh Mohan, come together, and one of the coaches take it as a knowledge sharing session, which is free, because we want the community of leaders to grow. And we are on this path of supporting emerging leaders to solve problems for self, others, and the organization. Who is the Leadership K.A.R.D team? Well, together, we are a very young team of over 100 years. We come from diverse backgrounds and have worked in different geographies as well as in positions. And since July 2021, we have supported emerging leaders, over 2,000 leaders in the last 1.5 years. So we will be coming close to another year, closing in another 6 months. Moving forward, Ram. A little bit about myself. My name is K.A.R.D Sandhu. I believe that your voice matters, so speak to be heard. I come from academic and communication leadership. I'm a TEDx speaker, a John Maxwell coach. I am the founder of the Give Back to the Community Foundation. My strength areas are mindset, personality development, effective communication, TEDx coaching, as well as personal branding. Mr. Ashish Datta comes from operational and finance leadership. Ashish calls himself as a self-leadership architect. He's a certified trainer, a chartered accountant, and the author of the book, Leadership, Navigating the Dark Hole. His areas of expertise are self-leadership, team dynamics, relationship management, and conflict management. Mr. RAMAKRISHNAN, who is with us today as one of the speakers, comes from service and transformational leadership. Ram himself is also a TEDx speaker, author of 2 books. So do look out for his books. He comes with over 3 decades of experience in both real estate as well as corporate management. And his areas of expertise are business transformation, personal transformation, SWOT, personality assessment, priority management, networking, and customer service. Last but not the least is Devesh Mohan. Devesh comes from sales and alliance leadership. He's also the founder of the Give Back to the Community Trust, along with an upcoming author of the book, Build Your Sales Muscle, which is going to be launching on the 27th of November. So do look out. Devesh comes from sales, business development, and alliances, and his areas of expertise are personal transformation, goal setting, as well as sales and alliance coaching. With that, let's move on to today's topic of the day. Ram, would you like to introduce yourself briefly?
Yeah, you already provided the introduction. That is enough, I think, was already done, because I come from the corporate background with 3.5 decades of an experience. So these are the areas I focus on the business transformation, personal transformation areas. And given in current situations, these are all important areas as well. And we keep hearing across the country, various companies cutting jobs, cutting things. That is where today we thought one of the thing that would definitely help is the networking part of it. Okay, basically the art and science of networking is the one thing which everyone need to know about it. So networking means different things to different people. And today, let's spend some time together along with you, and even Devesh is there. He can add his points as well at later part of it. I thought let us give some structured thought into this art and science of networking, why that is an important thing. So networking is something which is I consider as a long lasting and building a valuable relationship. It is not just a one time exercise. You do it, and there are contacts you might have in the phone. Not all contacts is not. It's only thing is you need to do the conversation with them. That is where you start building that network. You might have so many contacts, but how you are communicating with them and making that as the meaningful relationship. Many times people think that networking is only you have to do networking for selling or getting something done. That is not the thing. So you actively getting networked with the people. Either you go, there are various places you can network. You go for a own your personal family wedding, you are networking with family and friends, and you get to know about various things. And a business part of it, you are networking with the people. You get to know more about the businesses and business related things when you are doing the networking, and that is where it goes on. See, one of the thing is it is basically the you build a mutually beneficial relationship. See, at the end of it, someone is confident enough to call you when he needs something, and you are able to provide some information that is definitely going to be helpful to them. That way, the other person is also willing, no hesitation in reaching out to you when he has got something. That is where this network helps you on a mutually beneficial relationship. And also, there is recently I looked at a study which talks about a study of entrepreneur media Inc. claims 57% of the jobs are filled through the networking contacts and the word of mouth referral. Right? See, organization most of the time, many senior position, which is natural. Many of us also know when you are hiring a responsible position and senior position in organization, more than an advertisement, we start looking at is somebody known to us can refer the right kind of a candidate. So today, I'm sure, because I also during one of the thing is I can say that there are so many recessions I had seen and so many ups and downs which were happening in the industry, which I had seen. One of the thing is I survived is apart from the skills which you have, one most important thing is networking helps you to communicate what is that you have, why, what is that you are better at it, how you are able to do that. So that is what I think has helped me during my career to stand out. And I have not lost job because of recession, because of so many mergers. Almost all 7 organizations I worked, all 7 organizations underwent mergers and acquisition. I survived all those mergers and acquisition. part of it. I never lost because of job, because of that. So that is where there are three types of network, which is there. One is operational. That is you build when you are in a work with your team and with your people you are working on that. That builds up based on position. What is that you have? Because of that, you get that operational relationship, operational networking, which happen. There are vendors, there are people who come in, and another thing. The personal, which I said, how effectively. One of the things is there are today, because I had seen off late. One of the things is when you go to the wedding, and I'm sure all of us would have looked at, there are people, friends whom we have not met 10 years, 15 years. We are able to meet them. And there's a wedding which is coming up later this week. And there's a first organization which I worked, my boss, his daughter is getting married. And yesterday he called me. He invited almost most of them whom we worked. And I'm thrilled to go there and see those people almost 20, 25 years back. We all met, worked together, and still we are in touch, but we have not met in person and kind of a thing. That is what it happens when you go there, and it also gives a real new energy to you and looking at the things and people. That's what. Then the third one comes in as the strategic relation, strategic kind of a networking, wherein you hire someone as your mentor, coach, and kind of a thing. No, you do that. So that is where you go through some training program or some of the thing. That is where, based on your strategic thing, you build that network as well. Here I have a lot of example with the strategic networking, where since I worked in corporate real estate and facilities management, there are almost more than half a dozen associations which is there, which they do that. And if you are able to go there and network with them, and each one of it is you get to know the people, and they remember you as well all the time, and that is the benefit of that. So you have to be present, because I remember at this point of a time there are certain kind of a meeting you need to strategically think. My boss used to tell me, more than your presence, your absence is noted. Right?
Very good, very true. Yep.
When you want, and you are in a business or you are working somewhere, network is so important, and you need to build that network. And for that instant, today I have bring in 34 plus years of an experience. I worked in different organizations, from first organization to last organization. I have some of the people contact and connect. Even there are 2-3 organizations where I worked later. We everywhere before pandemic, and now also we keep meeting frequently over a lunch or a dinner and kind of a thing, and build that network. So at any given point of a time, you are able to connect with them, and it is going to be a good for a mutual benefit. And here I would like to give another example. People think that when you move up the ladder, what happens is the network is going to really going to help you a lot. One of the things is I had on a job where I was working in Bangalore. Then later I moved into Hyderabad. Then I moved into Pune. One point of time when I decided to come back to Bangalore, I put a word of mouth thing to the people saying that I wanted to come back and settle in Bangalore. And the position of a general manager, which got decided over a phone call in just couple of hours time. That is the power of network. I wanted to say that if you think that you wanted to get into, if you have already in touch with people and constantly be in touch with them, and you will be able to do the things that is not going to be difficult for you. So that is where I stop. One of these are the thing. And then when we go into the these are the three types of network I talked about: operational, personal, and strategic. One needs to look at, and how do you equally, all of them are important, right? And you need to build that kind of a networking with that, who will help for what you definitely don't know, kind of a thing. At many point of a time, see that the position which I was talking about for the network, I call one of my close friend, telling him this is what I'm thinking. That then he immediately told me, my previous organization where I left itself, they are looking for a person to work on that position. That's where it helped me to connect with them back with my ex-employer and get the things ball rolling and things done. So that is what is most important thing. And don't give up on this thing saying that always if you are looking at some kind of a benefit, you keep networking and updating them so that they are aware, they are able to start referring you and giving you the right kind of an information when it is needed. And there are certain key benefits of networking which everyone knows about it. It's something, it's not the secret thing, formulas or something, but it is good to recap what are all those and what is that some of the key networking benefits which is going to be good for us. One is definitely is strengthens your connection, business connections or individual connection. It always helps. You are there and you are inside. What is out of sight is out of mind to the people. So that is where you need to be always be there and do that networking with them. And I am also coming out of a networking session now. And this is the thing I found to the good business. There are people when we had discussed with them, I have almost 3 discovery session which we can do next week, kind of a thing. This is what power of networking basically strengthen. One of the people get to know more and more about you. Then today I saw the people after getting to know some of them. I have been meeting them for the last 6 months. Today they're kind of a thing, since I am frequently meeting them, they came back saying that yes, I have a problem, how we can solve this, kind of a thing. That is what happens. That and another thing is you get fresh ideas. Number 2 is when you are networking with the people, talking to them by way of you expressing it itself, by way of when I am presenting this, every time when we present, all of you here agree, either Devesh or Kiran, definitely, and others, I'm saying who are listening on the YouTube or live here, every time you wanted to express your ideas, you prepare and come. See what happens is always something you wanted to, there is a quote which I exactly don't remember. What happens is when you, what is that you wanted to present, you prepare. Then what actually you present. At the end of it, you will leave, go back saying that, what is that something I might have done? That is the way you get fresh ideas when you are doing all this thing and sharing and the networking part of it. Then it also helps advance your businesses. See, when you are a businessman, anytime you need to have that time clearly allocated and networking with the people. Today, there are various medias available, whether it's a social media, you network with them, or you one-on-one, you talk to them or do that. So that is where it helps definitely people. That's what I was saying. Visibly getting noticed is a benefit of networking that is essential for career building, and regularly attending your professional and social events will help you to face the known, kind of a thing. That's where it helps on that. Then each time you meet, you get to access for new information. See, always somebody comes up with some new kind of a thing, and what is it they have, and they wanted to do that. So each time when I'm meeting the people, like today when I met the people, one of the things is I understood new information. What is that I asked them to do? All of them was, I not told them enroll to my program, enroll. I told them at least come and look at this card hour, wherein the knowledge sharing, some of it is which we are doing it. Some of those people who attended our program also not coming. And I told them these are all 20 to 25 minutes of a time wherein you are going to get some inputs and points. Some of it you can take it back and implement it. And if you are frequently networking with the people, you build confidence. A lot of confidence also comes in with you, saying that as you repeatedly work on and talking about your own skills, your own capabilities, or it's a business and all the thing, there is, you build that confidently how you can communicate the thing with the people. That is also comes in there. And another thing is, apart from that, it's all kind of a thing, long lasting relationship you build in. So recently I also got couple of days back, I got a call from one of the person for wanting to do business for my other business entity. But when I called him, it was surprise. I have forgotten about this person, but he had my number. He told me, sir, I was working in the same organization.
Wonderful.
So that's what the relationship gets built in. One of the things, when you know these people and get that way the relationship. Then we talked about, yes, where he worked and what he has done. That those are the things which had happened. Then I'm seeing that because of that relationship, that is what which was there, and with that, your chances of winning your business contract and other things also increases a lot. At some time, as individuals, as a businessman, you will not have answers for everything. That is where you get answer to some of those difficult questions. And I'm sure every businessman, every individual gone through certain kind of challenges and problem. That is what you may be going through it today differently. So if you are by way talking to them and getting that answer to some of those difficult questions and situations is what it is going to help. And finally, and also you get to know one other thing is what you love doing is it's basically you love doing, or like we are all love doing coaching and mentoring kind of a thing. That is where in the professional networking you continuously keep talking to the people. They are willing to connect to their network. So with that you will be able to find pursue your passion very easily. And when your bosses in your organization, people, when you are networking not only with your team member outside your team, that is where there are many times when the new talents are required internally. When they are picking up the people, they easily find somebody internally and start getting that thing moving. So these are all the benefits of the networking, which
Wonderful
everyone
sharing.
know that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Pearls of wisdom, Ram, in this crisis situation, it's become absolutely important for us to be networking, and how we should be networking, the kinds of networks that people can leverage into. At this point of time, I would like to also bring in our coach, Devesh Mohan, onto the platform to share, as his book is upcoming on build your sales muscles, and there is actually a chapter on networking. So I would like Devesh to share a little glimpse about what is in the book about this, about networking and the art of networking. How do you build your sales muscle by networking?
Yeah, thank you, Kiran. Thank you, Kiran. And yeah, definitely I will be happy to share some glimpse of it. But before that, I will just try to check if Ramesh has some query or question, or he has few points where he wants to share something with us.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, so far, I mean, just my name is Ramesh. I work for IKEA India Private Limited for the corporate real estate to take care of the entire expansion for the southern region. So I mean, this is my first session to, attending this K.A.R.D program. And then so far, I don't have any questions. Just let me complete the entire program, then we'll come back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
sure,
so much.
Thank you, Ramesh. Yeah, so the whole idea, definitely, Ram, as you said, the importance of networking, and I concur with all the points which you have said, because for me also, I come from a sales, business development and alliances as my core function, which I have been doing for more than 2 decades. And for me, or for that matter, anyone who is in sales, networking is something which is a very crucial element on which we have to continuously build upon, because right from the day when we have to meet our customers, one part is doing the cold calls, which is absolutely fine as part of the process. But as you as you get experienced over a period of time, many times these networks which are there could help you to connect with lot of folks, which could be your first network. Even you can leverage your first network to connect with your second and third networks which are there, and it becomes a lot more easy to engage with some unknown people who are there in that entire network chain which is there, because the credibility flows through your network with whom you're directly connected. So that becomes absolutely important to leverage this network. And actually it's a very systematic process in which you have to really work upon, so that you can it's not about just it's like a one-way process, it's like a two-way process where you need to continuously help and support others to grow, take advantage of what you can offer, and at the same time it will automatically start giving back to you. So I think that becomes very important, and that's why in my book I have talked about where I say this is like a social capital which you build over a period of time. And as you build the social capital, what happens that you need to really understand that, as Ram, you talked about three different types of network. I also talk about three different types of network, which is basically about the breadth network, the depth network, and the structure network, which is there. So breadth network is all about in terms of that how you can reach to your entire breadth of the network to find out. So the first example which I was talking about was in terms of that if you have to connect with someone, so you need to actually leverage your breadth network in terms of to dive through. And the second is about the depth network, which is all about in terms of that you can have a depth of the network with few of the people. It cannot be with everyone. So how you can actually really have a mix of depth network, people from different industries, people from different portfolios which are there, because if that's something which is there, your network actually goes to become a very structured network where you can connect different dots over a period of time through which you can drive lot many things. And as Ram, you were talking about different examples of hiring and knowing different people, that helps. And that's something which basically I will call it as a structure network, where you are able to know people from different places. And that's something which I see, Ram, you actually leverage lot many times, because you can get into the marketing folks who can be required. You can meet with the HR folks who are required. You can have in your network, you can have the sales folks who are there, or from very different backgrounds which are there. So as you're able to work both on your depth network and the breadth network, you can really create a very structured network formation through which you can not only leverage for the benefit of yourself, but more in terms of to support others, help others, because the more you are able to help and support others, things will start coming for you also in the same way. So yeah, I think that's something which I talked about. And then definitely there are now with COVID, we have understood in terms of the importance of virtual networking. I think that also is playing a very important and crucial role. And that's today what we are meeting with you, Ramesh, is like a virtual network where we are connected and engaged, right? So that was something not so much prevalent in the past or a pre-COVID area, but now this is something which is so important and relevant, because there is you have got an alternate way in terms of to connect and build network. You can build communities online, and Kiran is again a great example for that. She has made multiple communities which are there, and she remains super active in terms of driving and making sure that how different goals could be achieved in different communities, whether it is video making communities, whether it is our own leadership lab community, or our give back to the community. There's so many communities which basically is being moderated all online. So yeah, I think there's a huge power in networking, that power in terms of to build your sales muscle, right? And networking become a key component in terms of that we just need to leverage that to ensure that we really get best out of it.
Sales is, when you talk about sales, is not only selling product or
services.
It is you are individually also. All the time you are marketable. Whether you are working in an organization, how marketable you are matters a lot. Kind of a thing to stand as that red umbrella, and what you need to do that.
It's constantly, in order to be networking, what Ram has also talked about, network is your net worth. And how do you create that worth is when people see you as a valuable commodity or a person that they want to reach out when they are in trouble and they are looking for solution. So I believe that as an individual, if right now there are millions of people out there who are getting laid off, and if you want to be someone who has to be getting back into the workplace at the fastest speed, then you have to leverage your network in the most effective manner, which means, and I would actually refer back to an article recently in the Times of India, which talks about it, that Indian workforce employees are networking the highest on LinkedIn, and as compared to other people around the globe. And that is actually commendable, because if you are visible on platforms which are beyond your structural organizations, and you've actually opened a space to people who are not even geographically limiting you, you have a possibility of finding the right people who will, if you have connected with them, you have been able to sell yourself, not in turn literally, but by sharing what are you good at, and how can you add value to the organization, how can you help them solve their problems. And when they see that worthy, that's the time that you are able to leverage your network to come back into the workforce. So I would say this is something that if you are struggling, please do leverage your networks and use all different kinds of leverage networks that both Ram has shared with us, because he has a lot of experience in networking, as well as what Devesh has shared it with us from his sales and alliances point of view. So with that, I would like to ask if there are any further questions. Otherwise, we will be moving on. Okay, so the question comes that how can you continue your journey with us? Well, as I talk to, just give me a second. So the journey over here is today you are watching us with us at K.A.R.D Hour. K.A.R.D Hour is back every Thursdays in the evenings at 7:45 to 8:30. These are free knowledge sharing sessions. Come ask questions to our coaches. As I said, a very young team with over 100 years of experience. Come with your problems and let's brainstorm on the solutions. That's what we do here in the K.A.R.D Hour. We share nuggets of wisdom through our experiences, our insights, and our ground realities that we have gone through. Similarly, we have our flagship program, which is called the Personal Transformation Program, which has been curated based on our cumulative leadership journeys, where we have navigated the dark holes, come up with strategies that worked with us, which helped us to come out of those dark holes and make our new milestones in our growth, corporate journeys, in our own leadership journeys. So this is a program. I will share briefly about it shortly. We also regularly run module-based trainings. We have been running our customer excellence programs. We have been running our team dynamics programs, our persuasive communication programs. So if you're looking for shorter programs, we cater to that too. If you have an immediate problem, we are able to solve it because, as I said, we come from a wide range of backgrounds, and we each specialize in a certain area. So it's like one-stop solution center where each one comes up with their own ideas and helping you to solve your problems. We also have the Women Leadership Program, which I lead because I believe that all women should have the power to break glass ceilings and climb slippery walls. And in the corporate journey, whether it's a mid-career break you're taking or you're moving on and you just don't know what is stopping you, this is what you want to be doing. And we have our online self-paced leadership programs, more details to be followed. We have our personal transformation program, which is currently running, which is 4 modules: personality development, leading self, leading teams, and leading organizations. So it's a comprehensive 8-week program, which we do it on the weekends. And this is the Leadership K.A.R.D team and all the different programs that we have done. Leadership K.A.R.D is based on the principles of knowledge, accomplish, reflect, and develop. We are into leadership training, leadership coaching, and leadership mentoring. And for more information, reach the Leadership K.A.R.D team. Numbers on the screen at support@leadership.com. With that, we